think she's saying, could you have deleted it, penciled out, and then he could have reposted it maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cancel.
Are you kidding me? You want me? No, wait a minute.
No,
so you want, in the middle of me trying to protect my child, I have to then come and save all you?
Part 1 reunion was lit. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sam P, and today we're going to talk about reunion part 1 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's get right into it. So all the ladies are there looking the best that they could. If you haven't seen my video rating their looks, I'm gonna put the link. You know, doing the usual, talking to everybody. Then Andy's asking them if they're finally able to say homeless, not toothless, right? Because you know they've been an entire episode about that weird ass name. So they're all like, homeless, not toothless. We know how to say it now, you know. And I'm like, okay, that was a good moment or whatever. And Andy is telling them that Jaime Lee Curtis is there. Then he's like, oh no, I'm joking. And then she's coming out, and they're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, so excited. Jaime comes in and she thanks them. She tells them that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills franchise really has a big impact on a company, on like an organization. She even changed the name based on what Dorit says, and she's thanking Dorit. At some point when she first came, she was telling Andy how it's the first time they met and stuff. I'm like, I don't need to see that. Why don't you just cut that part? That's like background discussion they could have had in, you know, we don't need to see this, like wasting time on the real drama and whatever. Just joking, yeah. But yeah, and then Jaime, being the gracious person that she is, she had some gift for them, and she has some pumpkins that are carved with their face. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was really cool, but a part of me was like, why am I gonna put this into my house? I'm not big into Halloween decor and stuff like that. So honestly, if someone were to give me that, I wouldn't even know where to put it in my house. Where would you put it in your house? Would you put it in your background or maybe in your friend interest? Let me all know in the comments, y'all. Then Andy asked Garcelle about how this season has been for her and the situation with her son. For those of you that don't know, someone sent a bunch of bots into her son's social media, and they were basically insulting him and menacing him. It was really bad. And she's telling Andy that she feels really bad about it. It's been very hurtful. It hasn't been easy on her son. And I'm like, I can understand that. I'd be pissed off. And Garcelle is being more vocal. She said that she believed that it might be someone in the show that wanted to get rid of her, and they knew that the best way to get rid of her is to hurt her son, because if they hurt her son, she would feel like this is not worth it to do the show if it's going to be hurtful toward her family. I agree with Garcelle. Nobody says anything about it. Andy mentions that Lisa Rinna has been the first person to mention that she does not condone what is being done to Garcelle's son. And I'm not gonna lie to you all, I felt that Andy was being didn't really see pain for Garcelle's son. Let me all know what you think about it. I feel that they could have had more sympathy, you know, and especially Andy, you know, because some of the ladies, they openly came out and say, hey, they do not agree with what was said. But Andy, I feel like as the host and the producer of the show, he should have, I feel like his face wasn't really showing much. Then Andy talked about how everybody in the cast has been received death threats, insult, and it's been difficult. And I agree, this cast has been receiving a lot of insult. It's been very difficult. Why do you think that is the case? I think that is because this cast does not play fair. I think that is because this cast has been bringing very dark energy, and it's bringing dark people. You know, like, do we see that in the other Real Housewives? Do they get insulted and stuff? I think so. But is it at the same frequency and intensity that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills have been getting it this year? I doubt. Let me all know what you think in the comments. Next, Andy goes back into Dorit, the break-in that got into Dorit's house. And he asked her how she's been doing since then, and he is also telling her that some people has been saying that this was all a setup that PK, her husband, put together that she's not aware of. They're questioning why would the people that broke in would have left her phone. I'm not going to lie, y'all, but I had that question, and Dorit believes it's because she has been compliant with them. Because she has been compliant with them, they choose to leave the phone for her. I'm sorry, but Dorit is either dumb or naive. What do y'all think? I don't think that you being compliant would change anything with people that have bad intention. I do question why they would let her have access to her phone when she could have used that same phone to now call the authority on them. Do I think that PK may have put this together without Dorit being aware of? I think it's a possibility. I didn't know this was a thing, but during my review of Married to Medicine, people said that Anila and her husband faked the home invasion, and I was shocked about it, but apparently I was told that it is a thing. People do that for insurance money. We do know that PK and Dorit has been having financial issue, so would I put it past them? No, they live in LA, and people in LA, they be weird. So that's just my opinion. Do I think that they put that breaking together? Was Dorit aware? I don't think Dorit was aware, but I do think that it is a possibility that PK did it. Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. Next, talking about Miss Krystal. Miss Krystal at the beginning of the season has been a little bit of a mess, just a little bit. And they're mostly talking about Krystal, talking about the world. Sutton has been saying things that are very dark. And when this was happening, I felt that all the other ladies, and I'm going to say the Fox 4, were against Krystal. I felt like they want to just put their core on her. When Krystal was trying to talk, Kyle even had all that energy for her, and I was like, Kyle, girl, shut up. Kyle, you got energy for the wrong people. Let me call Kim and Katy so they can come and handle you. Talking about, no, this is it, this is not it. I was like, when it was time for Krystal to talk, you were all in her business when that really has nothing to do with you. And the other ladies, they were all like so excited that the highlights were not on them, that all they were focused on doing was trying to attack Krystal. Here's what I'm going to say. Do I think that Krystal might have exaggerated the word that she chose when talking about what happened with Sutton? Yes. But do I think that Krystal really believed that it was something dark? Yes, because Krystal gives me the vibe of a very sheltered woman that went from living with her parents to living with her older husband and living her happily ever after. Literally, this is really the way I see Krystal. And I see her as someone that is very emotional, very proper when it comes to certain things, and she may not be used to some of the stuff that people like me and people like some of us have seen in this world and wouldn't be surprised of. Maybe she may be a little bit more inclined that certain things are dark. When you and I may feel, man, we've been saying that, right? So we're kind of like insensitive to the mess. But some people are not. Some people are very sheltered. So she will cry, she's emotional, but when she says what she says, she stands by it. So if she feels that this was what it was, she felt that this was what it was. Let me know what you think in the comment. So I don't understand why everybody was attacking them, because I think it's just the way she sees the world. She sees the world through very naive eyes. So when you're a very naive person that haven't seen a lot of things or haven't heard a lot of things, when certain things are going to happen, you may be more sensitive to it. Compared to someone that's had more experience in life, they may feel like, oh yeah, this is bad, but it's not all that. So whenever you're using certain words, that make you look like you're exaggerating things. Do I feel like she probably exaggerated? Yeah, but I also am cognizant that I've seen a lot of unfairness and things that I shouldn't have seen in my lifetime, right? I was not as sheltered as Miss Krystal. So yeah, the amount of energy those ladies had for her, they were like little dogs on the bone. And then when Andy asked Sutton what she thought about it,
Understand where Krystal was coming from last year. We've talked about this and I've learned a lot of stuff. We can be friends and we can move through it. I think the respect from this group needs to be there as well.
Sutton was so gracious. Again, the Fox 4 were like,
Is this okay? Why is this all about?
because the people that are concerned are okay with this. Let them be okay with this. If they are okay with it, you are going to be respectful and just zip it. Ciao. is not on them, they have all that energy in the world. But whenever the highlight is on them, oh no, you know, I was drunk, I was drinking, I was doing this, I didn't do it on purpose or whatever. Like, it was just something else. And then the worst, Miss Dorit or Doritos, like her haters like to call her. Girl! And Krystal said that she was hurt when you brought up a situation with the ladies talking about she has been vomiting herself a lot, and you were shocked.
That was not okay. Really?
Here is something I have learned. You know, people, us women, sometimes we like to talk too much. And sometimes when we talk, we need to think about, when I bring up a situation to a friend that is about my other friend that she told me about, when me and my other friend talk about that situation, are we talking about it because we want to help our friends and help her resolve a problem? Or are we talking about it just to talk, just to make it a gossip, right? Because gossip is not only about talking about this person behind her back. Yes, granted, everybody was aware that Krystal has issues with food. But Dorit, what was the intent of you bringing it up? The intent was not to help Krystal. I feel like because those ladies are so hypocrite, especially Dorit. That's why she was like, oh, what do you mean? But everybody was aware. I didn't bring it up again and blah, blah, blah. No. You brought it up with the intent of the ladies to go back and forth and talk about it, but it was not in the intent to help her. If your goal was to help her, you would have given her a call and come with conclusion. Us women, we do that a lot. And guess what? I think it should be considered as gossip. If your intent is not to help the person and come with the solution, you just talk about it because you want to talk about it. And then that's not your business. A lot of us done that. I have done that. But this is something I'm working on not to do. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if everybody is aware of it. Me talking about it with another friend when I know that it is a topic that is hurting that other friend without bringing solution is not going to help her. It is just feeding my ego because, oh, this lady, she has a problem I don't have. So instead of talking about my own problem, I'm going to talk about XYZ other problem. And that is not the way to go. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next, Miss Diana Jenkins is now coming to the front of the judge. Miss Diana Jenkins did not want to make it to the reunion. I don't know if it's because she recently suffered a miscarriage or because she had COVID, but she did have the energy to join them via the internet. So Miss Diana Jenkins, when all the questions are being asked to her, she's like reading out of the teleprompter. Yeah, I do not know this person. The last time we met was in 97. In 97, I was in Serbia. Girl, child. She was reading out of a teleprompter somewhere. Like the way her vibe was, it's almost like she wasn't even looking straight into the camera. It was awkward. Then the situation with Garcelle comes in. She has been trying to find who the boats are, and she was even willing to sue them because, you know, the word on the street is that she's the one that paid for it. So when Andy asked Garcelle if she thinks that Diana is the one that did, Garcelle said yes. And I want to say bravo to Garcelle for her honesty in this show. It's refreshing for everybody, for the show in general, to have someone being so honest. And then Diana is like, you
Very low opinion of me that if you think that I would be behind bullying a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know what Diana thought that was gonna do for Garcelle by repeating it. Garcelle's like, yeah, I think so. And then she's like, then Auntie's like, why? Because she's been talking about me. She's been accusing me of things. She's been basically on me and on my son. And then she's like, well, yeah, she even treated me. She treated me that if something happens to a family, there will be problem. And I'm like, Andy, are you okay with that? So shocked in Andy when that came out. Listen, I love Andy Cohen, but I do feel like sometimes he's a little bit partial to some of the people in Beverly Hills franchise. I'm just being honest, y'all. What do y'all think? And then Garcelle was like, yeah, you didn't protect. Diana was telling Garcelle that she didn't protect her when her son received message and everything. And Garcelle is like, when he received the text message, the last text message that was horrible, it was with his father. I wasn't there. He reposted the text message that was sent to him online. He was so afraid and he was so scared that he didn't, and angry, probably a lot of emotion was probably going through this young man, that when he reposted it, he didn't think about hiding your name. And then I was like, well, she should have hid my name and everything. And then Kyle is like, I think that what Dianna means is that whenever that happened, you should have deleted the text, or he should have deleted the text and then reposting him while hiding Diana's name. And that's when Garcelle went off. And I was like, yes, Kyle, always trying to come and be Mrs. Interpreter, trying to always clarify things for people. People don't realize that sometimes when you interject and try to clarify things, it makes you look like you understand the view of the person. Sometimes you just want to be quiet. Okay, when your own comes, you cannot handle it. You're always crying. Why do you go into other people's situation? Just stay quiet like everybody else. And I want to say that's something that Erica is very good at most of the time. Like, just mind your business. Everybody else is quiet, but you, Kyle, you always have energy for everybody else but your own sister. Please, go. We're waiting on Cathy. Cathy's gonna show you paper. Because when your own sister comes, you be crying, but you have energy for other people. And I'm tired of Kyle for doing that. And then Garcelle went off. And I understand why she went off. And she said, listen, when my child is what he's going through, my first thing is not to protect her. You're a grown adult. Bravo to Garcelle. Once again, Andy, nothing to say. Andy has nothing to say to... I wish she kind of like also defended Garcelle on that. I feel like suddenly Andy is able to be the neutral person. He's never able to be neutral everywhere else but in there. And I just feel some type of way, y'all. I would like a different host. You know what I mean? I would like a different host. I like Andy, but for this specific franchise, I think that he likes some people more than others, and it's showing. Let me all know what you think in the comment. Dianna she literally tried to flip the situation, talking about my family was murdered during the war and everything. And I'm like, cha, you know really well, this is not about your family, Dianna. Oh yeah, a threat is a threat. A threat is a threat. You are the only person that sent a threat. Garcelle did not threaten you. You threatened Garcelle. She didn't threaten you. Murder she wrote, girl. Like, whatever. I was done with Dianna. And it was like, if Dianna was there, what would you have to say to her, Garcelle? And Garcelle was like,
I would want to say to Dianna, why is she so obsessed with me?
Why are you obsessed with me? Everybody knows. Dianna was trying to be funny and said, because you're beautiful. And I'm like, girl, stop. You've been on Garcelle's ass. And I'm telling you why I think that Dianna been on Garcelle's ass. I think that Dianna likes Garcelle. I think that Dianna is the type of person that she wanted to be friends with Garcelle, but because Garcelle didn't give her that energy, she decided to be her enemy. This is my opinion. Let me all know what you think. But that's it, y'all. That's it for part 1 of the reunion. I mean, it was lit. I loved it. One thing, though, is I wish we didn't see that much preview. But hey, I've been posting the preview on my shorts, so it is what it is. For those of you that are new, hey, and welcome. I have a new influx of subscribers, and it has been so helpful, y'all. For all the people that have been commenting on my shorts, on my videos, on everything, I'm so thankful. I just want to keep talking to y'all. I'm having a good ass time, y'all, and welcome. And for those of you that have been supporting me from the beginning, thank you all so much. I'm so thankful for you all, and I just, want to just keep continuing talking about reality TV show and having a good time. On this note, I'll see y'all next week for part 2. Bye.